Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another 1950s sci-fi horror movie. Uh, 8 years ago, if anybody had told me that I would be watching movies from the 1950s, 40s and before, I would have laughed at them. Funny thing, only movies from that era, from the 40s, 30s and 40s that I used to watch were Abbott and Costello films, which I absolutely like, and I have a collection of 8 Abbott and Costello films over here. I've watched quite a few more, but probably from there, and after hearing lots and lots of talk about the Hammer, sorry, not the Hammer, the Universal monsters, the original black and white era monster movies, I started watching a lot of those. I still got to get back and watch quite a few of those. Um, and I've been enjoying all of those. So that's something which probably led me to also try and watch movies like this. It came from outer space, so this is the second movie of that period where basically the other one that I watched was It Came From Beneath the Sea. That was the one I watched. Yes, It Came From Beneath the Sea. That was 1955. This is 1953. So not watching it out of sequence, but yes, it's pretty much from that particular era. And I'm watching the colorized version. Sorry about that. So It Came From Outer Space is a 1953 American sci-fi horror film, and it's the first in the 3D process from Universal International. It was produced by William Holland, directed by Jack Arnold, and movie stars Richard Carlson and Barbara Rush. I have no clue who these people are, who these actors are. All I know is that Barbara Rush just recently passed away. She passed away on March 31st, 2024. Today is the 21st of April. Rest in peace, Barbara Rush. And she was a pretty woman in her younger days. It also has Charles Drake, Joe Sawyer, Russell Johnson. The story is based on Ray Bradbury's original film titled The Meteor, but original film treatment called The Meteor, and that's basically it. So it's a story about an amateur astronomer and his fiancee, John Putnam, played by Richard Carlson. His fiancee is Ellen Fields, played by Barbara Rush. One evening at his home, they're stargazing, and they see this is somewhere in the desert of the United States. They see a large fiery object crash to the earth. They go and check it out, and Putnam finds a round alien spaceship, and this sets off something. So there's unfortunately for him, he sees the six-sided hatchway door. It closes. He's not able to see inside properly, but this hatchway closing creates a landslide, and the craft is buried. Nobody believes him except reluctantly by Miss Fields. Sorry, what Fields? Ellen Fields. She's the only one who kind of believes him, and people start making fun of him, tease him a little bit. While the sheriff and everybody thinks it's just a meteor. Slowly, it starts to appear that people in the town are being replaced by the aliens from that ship. They've got this ability to mimic humans, but they appear to be somewhat dazed and kind of like in a trance almost. They're not their usual people are friendly, or people, they don't show those kind of emotions, and they act somewhat distant and all that stuff. All of this later convinces the sheriff that maybe yes, there's something to Putnam's story, and they have the team they gather a team to go and hunt down the invaders at the crash site. John Putnam, however, is it John Putnam? Yeah, he wants to go and investigate on his own, hoping to find a peaceful solution. So he goes through an abandoned mine, and he comes in contact with the alien occupants, and he discovers that it was an accident that they crashed on Earth. They're actually benign. They don't want to harm humans. They only want to stay while they get their ship repaired and then go back on their journey. So they show their proper appearance to him. They're almost like jellyfish kind of creatures with one eye, and they when they glide across the ground, there's this kind of like patch of some glistening thing that's on the ground, and but it'll soon vanish. So they're like I said, they're able to shapeshift into human form, so you can actually see them. They move around the town, trying to collect their materials that they need for repair. So they abduct the humans, take their form, and then go collect these things. But they can't mimic personalities, so that's when two of the aliens get killed because people are suspicious. And then they decide that they're going to destroy themselves and their spaceship, but John convinces them, like, finish the repairs and then leave as good faith. Maybe some other time they can come and maybe they can have more peaceful dialogue with humans, but for now they need to get out of here. So they take the captives and they take them outside to the sheriff. Putnam seals off the mine so that the rest of the people can't come inside. They finish repairing the ship and then they leave. And towards the end of the movie, it's just Ellen and Putnam, and they says, she asks him, are they completely gone? Are they gone for good? But he says, they probably might come back. It's not the right time to meet humans. Humans aren't ready for it. But hopefully some other time they'll come back and then things can be better, like I mentioned earlier. So that's basically the film. That's how it ends. It's a short movie. It's only about a minute and 15 minutes or something like that. 80 minutes. Yeah. So it was made on a budget of 800,000 and made around 1.6 million at the box office. So that's basically that. Yeah, and at the time, oh yeah, so that's surprising. It was only the 75th biggest movie of the year. Barbara Rush, however, won the Golden Globe Award in 1954 as the most promising female newcomer for her role in the film. And this movie was in the AFI's top 10 science fiction films list. The AFI is basically defines science fiction as a genre that marries scientific or technological premise with imaginary speculation. If you're curious, 2001: A Space Odyssey is number one. Excuse me. Yeah. The movie is actually made in black and white, however it was colorized later. That's the version that I was able to watch. So yeah, and it's referenced in the movie Night of the Comet in 1984. There's dialogue from the movie that's in Siouxsie and the Banshees song 92 Degrees. I've always heard about this movie. Wasn't really sure that I would actually watch it, but I'm glad I watched it. It's not a movie that I might watch multiple times, but definitely did enjoy it. I'm liking the older movies, so signs of maturity that you like the older stuff as well. So I'll give this movie it's not the greatest, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's still got the balls to make that kind of a movie back then, and it's still got enough things to keep you entertained and intrigued. So that's it for me. Thank you. Good night.